Hello everyone, my name is Robin, and VIZ Media has partnered with Gotham Group to develop RWBY Volume 10 and some of its other properties as film and TV adaptations. This news was published by Deadline on Thursday, August 6th. So what is Gotham Group? Well, as it pertains to RWBY, they produce for film and television. And that was a lingering question regarding the Volume 10 greenlight. Okay, so you have the money, but how are you actually going to make this thing now? What are the logistics here? This is the first answer to that question. Now, if you continue to read the Deadline article and Gotham Group's bio, you start seeing a lot of live-action properties that they've done before. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Maze Runner franchise, the Springsteen biopic. So, oh no, is RWBY going to be live action now? Becomes a question, and no, not to worry. They also have produced Wandla and Wendell and Wild, as well as other titles. Put simply, they produce for animation, but they don't do the animating themselves. We still currently don't know which animation studio will take on RWBY Volume 10. To continue with that Deadline article, they list RWBY's accolades as, quote, the first anime series produced in the United States and the first Western-produced anime to be dubbed and distributed in Japan. And now for a quote from VIZ Media's president and CEO, Brad Woods. He says, "From the beginning, our vision for RWBY has been to build a global franchise that connects with fans across every medium. With Volume 10 officially underway, we're excited to take the next step by partnering with the Gotham Group to develop RWBY alongside our growing portfolio of original graphic novels for film and television. Together, we look forward to bringing these stories to new audiences around the world," end quote. VIZ Media is a giant in the publishing business, so a partnership like this is needed to expand its reach into film and television. They couldn't do this without. And I would personally say it's highly likely that Carrie Shawcross and the others who were involved in the initial talks with VIZ Media, that they were assured that this was coming down the pipeline, thus giving them the confidence to place the RWBY IP in VIZ Media's hands. The larger a corporation gets, the slower it moves, and asking one to venture outside of its norm is asking it to move even slower. Yes, now we have more news about RWBY Volume 10's production, but before I go, I would like to warn you about the dangers of misinformation. Please do not believe everything you read online. As RWBY Volume 10 comes closer, we are bound to start getting more and more news about it, so you do need to carefully consider the source as for where all of this comes from. When the Volume 10 greenlight was announced on July 4th of this year, some sources were already claiming that the studio producing it was confirmed. It was primarily a Screen Rant article, a very random Twitter or X post, and also some Reddit comments. They were saying that Sola Digital Arts, which is known for a Lord of the Rings property as well as Blade Runner Black Lotus, was attached. But shortly afterwards, the Screen Rant article's author was notified that this was unsubstantiated, and they removed that reference from the article. Even funnier, that Twitter post was made multiple hours before the Volume 10 news even broke, and it was a Russian account with 10 followers also. So again, please stay vigilant and carefully consider the sources that are saying what is happening with RWBY Volume 10. Nothing is official until VIZ Media or official RWBY on socials confirms it. As usual, all of my sources are linked in the description below. Isn't it good to hear RWBY news in just a month from the greenlight announcement? We didn't have to wait until next July. This video was later than I would have liked it to be, but you know me, I'm always making videos about RWBY's news, and recently I've also started making community posts for the lesser things that still deserve a mention, like the RWBY Gamersupps flavor and cup collaboration. Check those out if you want, and of course, like and subscribe to stay up to date as more RWBY news comes forth. I'll see you next time. I'm Robin Rising. Have a good one.